All right, guys, I'm going to show you one full day of scalping. I'm going to show you which trades I actually took, which trades I wanted to take, and the potential R that I could have actually gotten through all of this if I had taken them all. But I don't take them all because I do have some rules that I have to follow just to make sure that there's less risk on my end. But let's take a look. This is the most woke trading channel on YouTube, and I am the best teacher in the world, just so you guys know. So listen up, we're about to learn something. Right, guys, first of all, what I've done is I've just marked out all of the actual trades here. I was just trading EU, we were just scalping EU here today, and I'm going to explain kind of my bias and everything going through this. First of all, I've just taken a screenshot of the actual trades from here, and I just blocked out the size here. You can ignore this one here. That was, not an actual trade because it had no stop loss, no take profit or whatever. But you can see we're starting off. If you want to look at the times that we entered, you can look at the price, the stop loss, everything like that. These are the ones, and you'll notice that this one I screwed up and I took a multiple take profits. That was just me kind of easing my way out really quickly at the end there because there was some stuff going on that made me unsure. But essentially, this was all one trade, this was all one trade, this was one trade, and this was one trade. So this is 4 trades total taken. But you can actually see that on the chart here, there's a lot more than 4 trades that I've marked out there. And I'm going to tell you which ones that I actually took and which ones I didn't take. So if you guys were wondering, I actually did a live stream on this one during the Asia session, and we were talking about this live, so you guys can check out that live stream. It was on March 17th. If you want to check out the channel there, you can look back. It should be on my channel page there under the playlist section. Now this first one, we didn't actually take this first one, but it was right here. And the reason why we didn't take this first one is because I wanted to hunt these lows here, and you can see all these arrows here I was talking about on the stream. I really wanted to hunt these lows, so there was equal lows. I didn't quite think that this was a strong move to the other side here. Our bias was bullish because we did see the previous day was very bullish here, right? And then we're looking at the 4-hour and everything, and there's a massive explosion. But we did think that at some point this would come up here and test this high, right? Retest and sweep that high, and then we would come back down and fill kind of this area, right? That we just launched off from, where all these resting orders are, right? So we had a bias that we could go either way. I was a little bit more bullish. I wanted to take a long here, but I was also willing to take a short if we swept these tops. So we didn't take this first one. The first one that we did take was actually here, when we did actually sweep those tops. And then when we were taking the short, I just wanted to jump down and make sure that we're actually getting we're actually breaking back down, right? If we look at the lower time frame, you just want to look at the structure and everything on the lower time frame, make sure that things are looking bearish in that sense as well. So you can see an obvious sweep on the higher time frame here. So we just entered really right after it started dumping off, right after we started dumping off with a stop right above there. Now mind you, I did not let this one run. I did have my take profit somewhere down here. These are all rough estimates. The actual trades, if you did want to look at them, you can see that that's where the take profits were and everything like that. So this first one was at 779 779. So yeah, it was actually up here, my bad, right? So it was actually up here, right? So that was a 2-hour trade, but we actually took that one off the table really early here because I saw it sweeping these lows here, right? So we actually closed it at about 0.75 R on that one, or 0.7 R on that one. But we did actually re-enter this. After I saw it come back up, it sweep these tops, multiple highs here, and then break back down. We entered on that breakdown once again. It broke down, and then we retested this area, and you guys can see that in the next trade there. The entry here, and then the stop and the take profit, and then we just let that one run down here, and we took profit along the way as well. We took profit here and we took profit here. So in these first 2 trades, they're not the best R setups, but we got about 0.7 R, and then we'll say about another 1.5 R on that one, right? And so we're sitting at about 2.25 R. We did miss out on this 2-hour trade right there, but that's perfectly fine. I didn't want to take the risk on that one because we could have easily hunted that. And right here, I was expecting a hunt as well, and then a continuation to the upside, but we continued to break down. Again, these are 2 trades that I did actually want to take, but because we're not in the opens, I didn't want to take these. We were no longer in the Asia Open, but you can see that we're actually bouncing off this area, and then we got a nice sweep off of the area that we were bouncing off of. So my logic was telling me that people who were getting in along here, they put their stops right there thinking that this was the bounce point, and then they got stopped out. So this was the entry actually when you did actually enter, right? So we saw that stopped out and then started reversing back in. So we took that We would have taken that and we would have hit 3R, right? So another potential, we missed out on 5R there so far, 3 and 2. And then taking the short back down, continuing with now that we've actually broken down here, our bias is now to the short side, right? Because we knew that at some point we were going to be coming back down here. So once we did start breaking down there, I am looking for shorts now, right? So continuing that trend after sweeping these tops, could have entered a short here once again, and then targeted, you know, about 2.5R or something like that. So now we're sitting at, you know, missed out on the table about 7.5R, unfortunately, and we're only sitting at about 2 and 2.2R profit. So the next trade that I actually did take here on the London Open here, you can kind of see right there, 777, yeah, right around there, pretty much accurate there. And we let that one run, and I just took a bunch of profits as it was getting into this area. Just kind of manually, I took a bunch off because it was dropping really quick, and I did want to hit this take profit. You know, that is my mistake here. I should have just let it run to the end there because it was dumping so hard. But watching, you know, there was honestly no reason. It was just kind of me pulling off, and that's my mistake, right? It was pulling off as I saw the 1 minute kind of reversing, and the fear was essentially that because it dropped off so much, I didn't want to move my stop to break even because it would have just touched it. So if it did start coming back up, it would have come all the way back up. So roughly, let's say we pull this one in. Let's say we got around 1.5R on that one, right? So we didn't actually get the best entry, but because we did manually enter on this one, we would have liked to get a deeper entry back here. But because it was just dumping off so hard, it was better to just manually enter rather than wait for the retest, right? So we could have gotten maybe 3R on that one, but I'm glad we took it because we did end up getting the 1.5R there. So we're sitting at 3.75R so far in the day, and we missed out at about 7R, right? So this is the next trade that I just took this morning, waking up on the actual London close. I've seen a lot of trades on the London close. So if we just pop this one back up to the higher time frame here, this is actually where we wanted to come back to retest, right? So it perfectly hit that level, right? You can see I'll just kind of draw it out there with my dotted line. It hit that level right there. And then it started reversing here. Now, when I woke up, I looked at the charts and I said, hey, we're sweeping these lows and we're starting to reverse. So I'll just enter a trade and I'm going to target this level that we just dropped off from, right? Basically that wick right there. And I've just pulled it in a little bit. You can see where my take profit was on this one, 9.4, right? 9.4 right here. And we just closed it at right at the top there, basically, because I tend to cut them off just before for some reason, just because I get a little bit nervous that it won't actually hit. But it's essentially just dropping off of this area, and we just close that out for a nice say 2.5R. So we're sitting at another 2.5R plus 2.5. So this is how I was able to lock in over 6R in one day, and basically 3 sessions all back to back. All of the trades put together, if we were to take them, we would have hit over 13R. But that's not always the best plan. We don't want to take all of the trades. We want to just take the highest probability trade, and this is a method that I am just trading with lightly, doing some samples with. You can see another one here I took the previous day, took a short there before that explosion, and it's really hitting really well, actually. A lot of these trades are doing super well. So I'm not trading with a lot of volume yet until I get more comfortable with this, and I'm not sending all of the signals out because they're very quickly. They're very quick, and I'm not comfortable quite sending them all out yet, but it's absolutely unreal results. I was able to lock in on my personal trades about 10R this week once again. Great, very happy with that. So that's all we really need, guys. So if you guys are interested in jumping on the signal group there, we have started a crypto thing, and we have a new crypto guy joining us as well, and we are making money over a long period of time, not every month. We're going to make good money. You can see 1 month we were actually down here most recently, but we are actually posting profits every month, and you can kind of see how we're doing here. If you guys want to join the signal group, the link in the description. That's all, guys. I'll see you next time. I'll do another one of these later on. I'm going to try to do some streaming live because I'm really liking this method. It's very easy for me to do. I don't want to give away a lot of the info, honestly, because it is so powerful. But I will do some sort of live streaming of this at some point. So that you guys can actually see the trades being taken, because you know it's much more valuable to actually show the trades live versus, you know, showing a screenshot of basically what I just showed you. That's the best I can do for now, though, guys. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Listen.